Hi Mark, I'm Jenny Yezhen, and my student number is S0641039. I'm a freshman and I'm major in English at NCUE. The title of the speech is a Smoke Vacuum Cleaner and Other Magical City Designs, and the speaker is Daan Roosegaarde. Do you remember Let's Glow in the Dark Little Stars which you had on the ceiling when you were a boy or a girl? Yes, it is light. It is pure light. I think I stared at them way too long when I was a 5-year-old, It is so beautiful. No energy bill, no maintenance. It is there. So 2 years ago, we went back to the lab, making it more durable, more light-emitting with the aspers. And at the same time, we got a request from this guy, Van Gogh, the famous Van Gogh Foundation, who wanted to celebrate his 125th anniversary in the Netherlands. And then came to me and asked, can you make a place where he feels more alive again in the Netherlands? And I like that question a lot. So in a way, we sort of started to connect these two different words. This is how my brain works, by the way. Laughter. I would love to keep on doing this for an hour, but okay. Laughter. And this is the result that we made. A bicycle pace which charges at daytime via the sun and glows at night, up to 8 hours. Applause. Thank you. Hinting towards a future which should be energy friendly and linking up the local grounds as Van Gogh literary work and left there in 1883. And you can go there every night for free. No ticket needed. People experience the beauty of cycling through the starry night, thinking about green energy and safety. I want to create a place where people feel connected again, and it was somehow great to make these projects happen with industry, with infrastructure companies. So when this shakers of guitar started to call, how much for 10 kilometers? Laughter. Yeah, really, that's a weird call you are going to get. But it's fascinating that it is not just a sort of one-off nice to have special. I think this kind of creative thinking, these kinds of connections, is the new economy. The World Economic Forum, a think tank in Geneva, did an interview with a lot of smart people all around the world asking what are the top 10 skills you and I need to become successful. And what is interesting, what you see here, it is not about money or being really good in C++, although these are great skills to have, I have to admit. But look at number 3, creativity. Number 2, critical thinking. Number 1, complex problem solving. All the things a robot or a computer is really bad at. And this makes me very optimistic, very hopeful for a new world that as we will live in this hyper-technological world, our human skills, our desire for empathy, our desire for curiosity, our desire for beauty will be more appreciated again. And we will live in a world where creativity is our true capital. And a creative process like that, I don't know how it works for you, but in my brain, it always starts with a question. Why? Why does a jellyfish emit light? Or a firefly fly? Or why do we accept pollution? It is from my room in Beijing 3 years ago. That image is a good day, Saturday. I can see the cars and the people, the birds, life is okay in a dense urban city. And on the right image, holy moly, pollution, complete layers. I couldn't even see the other side of the city. And this image made me really sad. That is not the bright future we envision here at TED. That is horrible. We live 5 to 6 years shorter. Children have lung cancer when they are 6 years old. And so in a weird, beautiful way, I, at that moment, became inspired by Beijing smog. And the governments all around the world are fighting their war on smog. But I wanted to make something with them new now. So we decided to build the largest smog vacuum cleaner in the world. It sucks up polluted air, cleans it, and then releases it. And we built the first one. So it sucks up 30,000 cubic meters per hour, cleans it on the nano level, the PM2.5, PM10 particles, using very little electricity, and it releases clean air. So we have parks, playgrounds which are 55 to 75% more clean than the rest of the city. Applause. Yes, applause. And every month or so, it opens like a spaceship, like Mary Monroe with the, well, you know what, anyway. Laughter. So let's stop we are capturing. Let's Beijing smog. That is in our lungs right now. If you live next to a highway, it's the same as 17 cigarettes per day. Are we insane? When did we say yes to that? And we had buckets of less disgusting material in our studio. And on Monday morning, we were discussing. We were like, shit, what should we do with that? Should we throw it away? Like, help. And then we realized, no. Waste should not exist. Waste for the one should be food for the other. So here, maybe share it around. Do not put less in your coffee. Laughter. And we realized that 42% is spent out of carbon. And carbon, of course, under high pressure, you get diamonds. So, inspired by that, we compress it for 30 minutes, cracking sound, and make smoke fragrance. Laughter. And so by sharing, yeah, really. And so by sharing the ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meters of clean air to the city the tower is in. Applause. I have one here. Applause. A little floating cube. I will give one to you. I'm not going to propose. Don't worry. Laughter. Are we good? You can share it around. And we put this online. Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunding, and people started to pre-order it. But more importantly, they started to repay it. So the finance we met with the jury helped us to realize to build the first tower, and that's powerful. So the activator, it was the enabler. Also, feedback from the community. It is a wedding couple from India, where he proposed to her with a smoke-free ring as a sign of true beauty, as a sign of hope, and she said yes. Laughter. I love this image so much for a lot of different reasons. Laughter. And right now, the project is touring through China, actually with the support of China's central government. So the first goal is to create all cold clean air parks, and that works already quite well. 75% more clean. And at the same time, we team up with the NGOs, with the governors, with students, with the tech people to say, hey, what do we need to do to make a whole city smoke smoke-free. It's about the dream of clean air with workshops. New ideas pop up. There's a smoke-free bicycle which I'm Dutch, yes. I have this bicycle in DNA inside of me somewhere. And so it sucks up polluted air. It cleans it and releases it in fight against the car, in the celebration of a bicycle. And so right now, we are working on a sort of package deal, so to speak, where we say smoke-free towers, smoke-free rings. We go to mayors or the governors of this world and say we can guarantee a short-term reduction of pollution between 20 and 40%. Please sign here right now. Yes, applause. Thank you, applause. So that's all about connecting new technology with creative thinking. And if you start thinking about that, there's so much you can imagine, so much more you can do. We work on dance floors which produce electricity when you dance on them. We designed for that 2008, so it moves 8 or 9 millimeters, produce 25 watts. The electricity that we generate is used for lighting or the DJ booth. So some of sustainability is about doing more, not about doing less. But also a large scale Netherlands, where I'm from. We live below sea level, so because of less buildings, left to take 32 kilometers built by hand in 1932. We live with water, we fight with water, we try to find harmony, but sometimes we forget. And therefore we make water links, a combination of LEDs and lenses, which show how high the water level will be. Global change if we stop. If today we all go home and we say, oh, whatever, somebody else will do that for us, or we wait for government or whoever, we are not going to do that. It goes wrong. And we place less in public space all around the world. Thousands of people showed up. Applause. Thank you. You're too nice, you're too nice. That's not good for a designer. So thousands of people showed up, and some actually were scared. And they left. They experienced the floods in 1953. And others were mesmerized. Can we make floating cities? Can we generate electricity from changing tides? So I think it's so important to make experience, collective experience, where people feel connected with vision, with the future, and trigger what is possible. At the same time, this kind of thing, they're not easy, yes, as a struggle. And what I experienced in my life is that a lot of people say they want innovation and they want the next and the new, the future. But the moment you present a new idea, there's weird tendency to reply to every new idea starting with 2 words, which are holding guesses. No, not how much, it's more annoying. Laughter. What it is, guys? Are you really blessed people? That's really good. Yes, but very good. Yes, but it is too expensive, it's too cheap, it's too fast, it's too slow, it's too beautiful, it's too ugly. It cannot be done. It already exists. I hear everything about the same project in the same week. And I got really, really annoyed. I got a bit of gray hair, started dressing black like a true architect. Laughter. And one morning I woke up and I say, Daan, stop. That is dragging you down. You have to do something with this. You have to use it as an ingredient, as a component. And so we decided to realize a famous Jasper chair, laughter, and less as an existing chair by Frisco Karmer, a huge design. But we gave it a little update, a little hack, so to speak. We played a little voice recognition element right here. So the moment you sit on that chair, you say those two horrible, creative, destructive, annoying little words. Laughter. You get a short laughter, but pretty intense little shock on the backside of your button. Laughter. Applause. And applause. And laugh worse, yeah, laugh worse. Some clients have left us. They got really mad. Unfortunately, the good ones have stayed. And of course, we also applied it to ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not be afraid. Let's be curious, yes. And walking through TED in these days and hearing the other speakers and feeling the energy of the crowd, I'm remembering this quote of a Canadian author, Marshall McLuhan, who once famously said, "On spacecraft Earth, there are no passengers. We are all crew." And I think that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. We are not just consumers. We are makers. We make decisions, we make new inventions, we make new dreams, and I think if we start implementing that kind of thinking even more within today, there's still a whole new world to be explored. Alright, thank you. Applause. Thank you. Applause.